All right, so let's go deeper into the healthy environment and what that entails and what that means and what characteristics are present in a healthy environment. This will help us identify it and help us create it, bring it to life. But we need to first understand it. We're going to be looking at the following characteristics on this side and what those characteristics means and how we can identify them. In a thriving child, we have a child that is capable of learning from experience. And what that means is that in that environment, failure is safe. They identify failure as part of life. So they haven't been ridiculed and they're willing to try again. So, in order for this to happen, failure has to be explained to a child as part of growing up, as part of learning, as part of the growing up process, and as part of life, right? We all fail. And so, failure is safe in their minds. They can try again, and it's completely fine. Failure is not an end all. The next characteristic we have a child that can solve their own problems is a child that believes that they have agency. They believe that they were given enough responsibility in their upbringing so they can use their own senses to evaluate things. And they were giving that leeway and that confidence. They were permitted to experiment with solving problems. Again, this is tied to this. If failure is safe, they can try again. In the process of trying again, they learn to solve problems. The next characteristic we're going to be looking at is resilience. And when a child is resilient, they will be able to fall and they can get back up without creating a scene, without needing extra support and seeking extra attention when they need. They simply get back up and go about the business. Next up, we have empathy. What that means is that they have been seen. A child that has felt appreciated and heard, they are now able to see others. So they're able to pass on what they received. They can't offer other children, other peers, something that they haven't experienced themselves. So again, in a healthy environment, we have a child that has been heard and seen from their perspective. Next up, we have adaptability. For this child that has this quality, the world is predictable enough to explore safely. The child was given the leeway to explore and experiment with their surroundings. So they've learned to adapt because they've been able to try all the doors available to them. Next up is confidence. Confidence in a child means that they have experience being valued without earning it, without constantly having to prove themselves. So it's an environment that's unconditional, an environment where they were allowed to do all these other things and they could get back up and they could try again. So all of these things do work together. Now, very, very important, you cannot force these qualities upon the child. These characteristics are actually not learned. They're natural emergent qualities from a functional environment. So this is why it's so critical for us as parents and as caretakers to address the environment, because that's where the real cause lies.